Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Boink Studios, and check us out on boinkstudios.com, where you can see all of our projects, past, present, and future. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy Show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is Tom Clark's Main Event. We're back once again here on Facebook Live. Glad you are with us. We're also recording today. The show will post on YouTube and is always available on boinkstudios.com. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. This is episode number 147. Yes, we're moving right along here on Facebook Live. Want to thank everyone for joining us here, of course, and for coming back each and every week. Much thanks to Heidi, Ryan, and the whole crew at Wrestling Rumors for giving us this platform. We do greatly appreciate it. So episode number 146 was Extreme Rules, Fight for the Fallen, and the G1 Climax preview. We covered the cards for all three shows and talked about some news and rumors surrounding WWE, AEW, and New Japan. But then we took a week off. That's right, folks. We took a break. Life beckoned, and your boy answered the call. So we're back live and living color this week. We got lots to talk about, lots of ground to cover. This time, the main event is the Raw Reunion, G1 Climax, and AEW on TNT. And I'm out of breath once again. So, like we said, man, got lots of stuff to talk about again. Hope everyone is doing fantastic out there today. Hey, what is up? I'm going to always say thank you for hanging around, for hanging out, and for giving us your time and patience and attention every Friday. I will say, as I always say, thank you for reading my stuff. I do greatly appreciate it. I'm still writing. I'm still doing my thing as often as I can throughout the course of the week. It's been a busy couple of weeks for me, but I'm still trying to sort of get back in the swing of things and get back to the stuff I love to do here. So, much thanks to everyone out there for hanging on and for checking us out and for always giving us your attention, as we said before. I do appreciate it. It means loads to me, okay? And it's always cool to hang out with you guys. I've got some fantastic messages this week, missing the show. Thank you a lot for all of that out there. Okada versus Moxley at Wrestle Kingdom. Jason, I don't know about that. We'll talk about Moxley a lot today. I'm sure Moxley is going full-time with AEW as soon as AEW hits TNT in October. So supposedly that will be it for that, but we'll wait and see what kind of deal he has worked out in New Japan let down the line is what I've heard. So as we said, hope everyone out there is doing great this morning / this afternoon. As we said before, man, it's been a busy week for me, but it's all good. Back in the groove, man, trying to get back in the swing of things. If you are listening to the show today, thank you very much. If you're not watching live on Facebook every Friday, nearly every Friday, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you, my friends, are missing out. We do have fun here on the show. We get to as many questions and comments and words of wisdom as we possibly can. Please, again, if you're not patronizing us on Facebook every Friday, please do so. Having said that, episode number 148 will not take place next week. I will be on vacation, out of town, possibly out of state. We'll be back live again the following week. My apologies on that, but as we said before, life beckons and I must answer the call. So I'm getting all sorts of stuff coming at me right now. Someone just, I think Miss Lopez just mentioned Orton, that's what's going on with Randy, supposedly, is that he has a serious neck injury. Listen, anytime a headline hits, you have to take it with a grain of salt until it's confirmed by one or more people, one or more sources, or one or more people involved in the actual story itself. I take everything with a grain of salt, as should you. If I ever report anything, whether it's on Wrestling Rumors or any other news website I write for, I try to source it, I try to back it up, but I also try to include key phrases such as, if this proves to be true, this is reportedly what's being said. I hardly ever try to report anything as 100% fact unless it's been confirmed by the company involved or the talent involved. I think that's very important to do. So as of right now, this moment, I don't know how many sources have confirmed the Orton story, but supposedly he is he's got battling some sort of neck injury. I mean, the guy's still in phenomenal shape, but you have to believe that 20 years or close to it, whatever, wear and tear on your body is going to take its toll at some point. So I would not be surprised. Let's see. Punk for AEW. People are always talking about Punk, man. There's all kinds of rumors going out about that as well, but nothing confirmed. WWE spin legs at the NWO, made them come out with DX. No NWO theme or nothing. WWE current talent is garbage, and the company will soon fold. Ratings are dropping fast. Rob. If you think WWE is getting ready to fold, I highly encourage you to rethink your position. WWE is about to come into more money and have the most financially successful quarter in the history of the company when they go to the Fox network with SmackDown Live. They're going to be raking in the dough. They are in no danger of folding. I am, whatever age I am, none of your business. I don't think it will ever happen in my lifetime. I think it would take something extremely drastic for you to see WWE ever shut its doors. Could it transform over the next 10 years and become something different? Sure. Anything's possible. I don't see WWE ever shutting its doors. As we said, anything's possible. Never say never in this business. Never say never in life. Yes. But no, I would be shocked, stunned, and quite frankly appalled for that if that company ever did drop the ball and lower their standards and loosen their grip to the point that they were to shut down entirely. I don't want to see WWE shut down. I don't want to see AEW not get off the ground. I don't want to see New Japan shut down, Ring of Honor, Impact for that matter. None of these companies. The more places to work for the boys and girls in the business, the better the business is and the healthier the business is for everyone involved. And I think, not that you're doing this, but I think if anyone wishes ill will in any pro wrestling company, shame on you because you don't know what you're talking about. Thank you, William. I'm quite happy with the shirt as well. This was actually a grab bag shirt on ProWrestlingTees.com. It was extra. It was like $8. I was like, sold. So very cool. Rebecca Rebecca, have you watched the show before? Are we friends on the Facebook? If anyone out there is not friends with me on the Facebook, please send me a friend request. I will accept. Okay. I post columns all the time. Sometimes I post silly pictures of me and my kid. Sometimes I post memes and videos and music and whatnot. So you'll be able to read my stuff the minute I post it. If you're so inclined to do so, please send me a friend request. I will be more than happy to accept it. I've made a whole bunch of friends here in the past year since we've been doing the show, and it's been freaking awesome. So Rebecca Rebecca had a question. I am so sorry. I got off on a tangent there. What did you ask me? I'm so sorry. I've missed your question, Rebecca. I'm so sorry. Ask me again. My apologies on that. You guys know that I don't, sometimes I keep up, and sometimes I don't. It's a little tough. Sometimes I got two scrolls happening. Rob, fair point. Fair point, Rob. I'll give you that. I'm not going to argue with you at all on that. Absolutely, Jason. 100% agree. Rebecca's going to hit me with that question because I apologize. I got off on a tangent and I forgot to answer her question. I got a whole bunch of stuff. Was it about Punk? So, Jason, happy birthday, early birthday, my friend. So the CM Punk thing, whether or not he's going to return ever, Hoy vey. I've talked about Punk for years. It seems like I talked about him before he got to WWE, during WWE, after WWE. Probably always talk about him. I don't know. As we said before, never say never. Punk's best shot, in my humble opinion, is AEW. I think they would pay him the money they want. I think they would give him the schedule that he needs. And I think they would make him as happy as a man could be made happy in a pro wrestling company. And I think they would do the same for his wife as well. I would be utterly shocked if they couldn't come to some kind of deal if Punk were so inclined. But Punk, the ball is in Punk's corner. It's in his hands. It has been for a very long time. Whether or not it's ever going to happen, I don't know. But I will just... thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. So we'll see what happens. If you're asking me personally, do I want to see him back? Absolutely. Do I want to see him back in WWE? No chance. They dropped the ball with him to begin with. They'll do it again. I don't trust that company much with any of the talent that I respect, and I respect all of them. I just don't see it happening. I think his best shot's AEW. Will he come back? Who's to say? The minute you sit here and say it's never going to happen, something will come up. The minute you say that it could happen, he'll never do it. Do I think the window is closing? Maybe. Punk's only getting older. He's still in great shape. I don't know. It's such an odd. Jeff, we're just talking about Punk, man. Thanks for hanging out. Rebecca, I miss him as well. To be fair, I do miss him as well, no doubt about it. So, anyway, it's not been the same since he left for sure. Why are people turning on Seth? Miss Lopez, Seth Rollins loves to talk, and Seth loves to defend his company, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's where he's happy. It's how he pays his bills. It's how he puts food on the table, and I completely understand that. But he's saying a lot of stuff that maybe in hindsight is maybe not the stuff to kind of say. He's maybe not taking shots at Moxley, but he's kind of, in essence, calling Moxley the enemy now because Moxley's working for another company and Moxley's trying to take food out of his mouth or something like that. Relax, Seth. It's pro wrestling. Everyone, you got to go where the money is. You got to go where you're going to get the best deal for you and your family, and that's what Mox did. And, but here's the thing. I don't lose any sleep over what Seth is saying, to be quite honest with you, because Seth is pro wrestler, and it's pro wrestler's posture. And do the macho grandstanding stuff all the time. And that's what you expect from a pro wrestler. So if it's a matter of, we're cavemen, let's beat our chests and let's grunt and growl at each other, I'm okay with that to a certain degree because that's what pro wrestling should be. It should be characters. It should be, I'm better than you are. To me, and this may seem like an odd thing, but stay with me, you can compare pro wrestling to the rap game, okay? Old school rap was about who's the best MC. I'm better than you are. I rhyme better than you can. I'm the best in the business. You can't hang with me. No one can top me. I have the best rhymes around, and I'm a man, essentially, okay? And that's what pro wrestling was for a long time, is I'm the best in the business. You can't touch me, and we're going to settle it. You think you're tough, you're not tough. You're not tough like I am. What is pro wrestling morphed into? It's morphed into a bunch of, look at me, look how flashy I am, and look how much cool stuff I can do. It's, and then other people talk about how great you are. It's not, you know what I'm saying? And to me, that's sort of what the rap game has become as well. It's like the raps are personal now. They're taking shots at each other, and they're doing it in such a way that it's silly and there's no sense in it. And it's almost like, well, why not just get back to the day of it being like, I'm the best around and you can't step to me and that kind of thing? I don't know. Maybe I'm off base with that comparison, but I've always kind of just had that in the back of my mind. Tim, what you think about that? Is that crazy or what? That's just me talking. William, I agree with you, but he was the best. So there you go. Flo's greatest of all time. Sorry, folks. It's my humble opinion. Rebecca, a lot of people share your opinion about Ambrose over Rollins for sure. Where's they be going with AJ and the club? Who are they going to go against? So AJ, Anderson, and Gallows are now the OC. The original club. Yay, let's rip on Bullet Club some more. I call it like I see it. You're capitalizing on a group that you did not create. You're capitalizing on the popularity of a group that does not belong to you. Vince doesn't own the name Bullet Club. He doesn't own the group, so he's going to do what he has to do to take a dig at it. And I don't know that it's being done maliciously. I don't know that it's being done as a middle finger to New Japan or anything like that. But you can't tell me you don't see it. Come on, guys. You know what I mean? The original club, come on. I mean, even AJ knows that's nonsense. And so does Anderson Gallows. Anderson was there in the beginning. It was Anderson, Bad Luck Fale, Tama Tonga, and Finn Balor. Okay? That's the original. That's the OGs. I'm just saying. Okay? If Finn gets on board, it may be something entirely different. So, we'll see. I got a piece coming out this weekend on the Chairshot that talks a lot about Finn versus Bray and whether or not Finn should rejoin or join the OC, as it were. We'll see what happens. But that's just my take. Toby, it's a good question. You might have been the one that asked me that. What do I think Tama thinks about it? I've not checked his Twitter lately. Tama is as notorious for being blunt, and he'll say whatever he feels whenever he feels like saying it. So I'd be shocked if he didn't have some response at this point. So Vince just had DX and NWA bury them on Raw, but Jim, let's be honest, man. What more could they say or do for the legacy of DX or NWO to ruin it? Is there anything they could do to truly ruin it in your eyes as a fan who grew up or went along through your fandom watching this stuff unfold and became a fan or a critic or whatever it was you was of these guys or me or whoever? Could the company really do anything to either ruin it or to build it back up in your eyes, or are those days just over? I mean, that's a good segue, Jim. Thank you for leading us into the Raw reunion. Who watched the Raw reunion? What did you think of it? What's your opinion? What's your takeaways from it? Was it just nothing but just old school nostalgia all the way around? Was it silliness? Was it a much needed reminder of what the company used to be? Or was it, here we go again, we're giving valuable airtime and valuable camera time, valuable all sorts of time to guys who are not around anymore and who can't go anymore and shouldn't be expected to go anymore? You see what I'm saying? What's your point of view on all this? Because I got my opinions. I want to know what you guys think of it. Curtis says he loved it. Jason says he enjoyed it. Jason says bring back the NWO. Bring back the Attitude Era. Days were the best. They need to bring back DS and NWO to feud. I liked that Impact let RVD go to the show. I agree with that. I thought it was really good. Let's talk DUIs. Come on, Uso. Oh, Chip said a mouthful right there. We're going to get to it. Love the reunion. Stone Cold made the show. Plus, the matches were decent. Briscoe and Patterson look so old now because they're all old, my friend. Is Bray of the Fiend gone? No. He's going to feud with Finn. We'll see what happens after that. What'd you think of the Austin speech, Miss Lopez? I love Austin. Austin's the man. Austin is a natural. He was a natural when he had the long blonde hair. It's just no one in WCW believed that or let him do anything. He's been a natural his whole life. He knows what he's doing. He's completely dialed in. He's focused. It comes normal for him. And he can just pick up the mic and just start riffing. And he's so good at what he does. He can still hold the crowd in the palm of his hands, as The Rock could if he had shown up as well. I love Stone Cold. Stone Cold Steve Austin doesn't need WWE. At the end of the day, that's why they don't have reins on him, because he doesn't need them. And it's a great position to be in where you no longer need Vince McMahon. And I say that with all due respect because he is the biggest game in town. And you guys know how I feel about that, right? But if you're in a position where you don't need him and you don't need that company, that's good, because then they can't dictate to you what you're going to do. Punk didn't need them, right? You see what I'm saying? A lot of guys didn't need them. Mox didn't need it anymore. He left. So it's like Austin's been in a position for a long time where he's independently wealthy of WWE. I'm sure he still gets royalties. I have no doubt about it. I'd be shocked if he didn't. From the network, merchandise sales, all that kind of stuff. I get it. Using his likeness and all that stuff. But, you know, I would say he's got plenty of stuff going on besides money from WWE. And they need him more than he ever needs them. Now, they don't use him that much because, number one, he won't do it. Number two, because maybe they just don't want to do it. Maybe it's the stubbornness happening on both sides where they're like, well, you don't need us. We don't need you either, pal. Or it's like macho posturing, as we said before. But this is macho posturing on Vince's part, which is kind of silly. But, I love him. So, I mean, people bigger than WWE, Hogan with that WWE, you don't know too many associated with WWE. I'm not saying Austin's bigger, Jason. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying he's bigger. I'm saying he doesn't need them. Do you know what I mean? If you ask me who would need who more, they would need him a lot more than he ever needs them. Period. That was the situation that Punk got into. They thought he was bluffing. He wasn't bluffing. He's like, I don't need this anymore. You need me more than I need you. They thought he was bluffing. He wasn't bluffing, and he left. You know what I mean? So it's a good problem to have. It's a good place to be in. That we should all be so lucky that our employer needs us more than we need them. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a good situation, a good spot to be in my humble opinion. That's what I think. Cody didn't need WWE either. Robert, good point. Claire. Hello, Claire in the UK. Claire is currently driving. Claire, I'm all up in your ear canal right now. How are you today? Please drive safe as you listen to me from across the pond. God bless it. I love technology. This is the coolest stuff ever, man. I continue to be amazed at how freaking cool this is. Claire, you're the man. I'm telling you right now. So awesome. I love the UK, by the way. Never been there, but I'm a gigantic Beatles fan. I've named my son after John Lennon. Okay. So there you go. That's all you need to know about how much I love the Beatles. So there you go, folks. God, I love doing this stuff. Where was I? Claire, you got me lost. It's all your fault. I blame you. I'm kidding. Jason says the Beatles are overrated. Jason Michael Campbell, you're now officially dead to me. Move on to the next person. Tom, please tell me Becky is finally losing the belt at SummerSlam. Toby's got some hate coming at Becky Lynch. Toby, I suggest that part of that hate has to do with the fact the way she's been booked. And the whole Seth and Becky relationship has been like, you're like covering your face going, oh God, please make it stop. Please make it stop. I've been doing that too. Is that what I'm to see here? Jason, happy early birthday to you. You're still dead to me. Beatles are overrated. My God. What the hell kind of planet you been living on? Sorry, language. I never curse on the show. Excuse me. My apologies, man. God, I love doing this. Okay. But yeah, Jason, I agree with you. Booking is terrible. Is Balor even going to get a punch in with this match against the Fiend? Phil poses a great question. Is Balor even going to get any offense in? Here's what I would do, and this is me. You know what I hate, and I just turn into that guy. Here's how I would do it. This is what I'd do. If I was them, I'd do this, and if I was them, I'd do that too. If you ever read stuff like that, stop reading. You're wasting your time. If it's me, I'd do it like this. I hate that crap, man. I can't believe that came out of my mouth. Here's how I would approach it, okay? If I'm Bray Wyatt, as soon as that bell rings, I'm just standing there with that mask. I wouldn't even move. I wouldn't budge an inch. I would approach this thing from a completely psychological level. I wouldn't start throwing punches of any kind. I wouldn't slide out of the ring. I would just stand there. Maybe even sit in the corner like Raven used to do. Just stand there and wait for Balor to make the move. And Balor's looking at the ref like, what's going on? And Bray's not moving a muscle. I mean, really get in his head. You know what I mean? But you pose an interesting question. Is Finn going to get any offense in at all? I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see. Finn's losing the match. Someone's got to lose, baby. It's going to be Finn, I'd say. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. Oh, yeah, for Tony, for sure. I'd be shocked if he didn't have the mask on. He's got to keep that thing on. As long as he can breathe through it, yeah, I say keep it on, man. Going to be going up against Trish. Charlotte versus Trish. Trish is a legend. Get my words out. Blah, blah, blah. Trish is a legend in the business, no doubt about it. Charlotte is a legend in the making, I guess you could say. Going to be good. Don't know if it'll be great, but it'll be good. I think it'll be a classic match for both of them. We'll see what happens. Has that been confirmed, by the way, or is that still a rumor? Jeff asking Demon Balor, perhaps. But I don't know if it's going to happen right now. I think it's going to be one of those things where, that Bray's going to kind of pull that out of him like what happened before. So we'll see what happens. Will Randy beat Kofi? Raymond, here's the deal. Thank you, Raymond, for the question. I just put, it was on Wrestling Rumors, a story about Kofi and Randy. It was on the floor seat, excuse me. So I wrote this, and here's how I feel about it. I think Kofi's... Rebecca said, I hope Trish beat your face in. Rebecca, you made me laugh. That's awesome. Thank you for that. So here's where I stand with Kofi. I like Kofi a lot. Kofi's caught a lot of crap unnecessarily. Kofi's behaving as he's supposed to be booked. He's doing what he can do. He's doing the best he can with what he's been given. I think if Kofi wins at SummerSlam, Kofi's keeping that title to the end of the year. That's my humble. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I think if Randy wins, I think that's it. I don't think you see Kofi get the belt back, and I could be wrong about that as well. Who knows? That's my humble opinion. I think a Randy Orton win is WWE's way of saying, "Well, we tried it. It wasn't great." Kofi, you got your WrestleMania moment. Are you good? Kofi, are you good? Okay, Randy, you can have the belt back. Yay! Remember when Randy got the belt from Bray at Mania that year? What happened when he came out on SmackDown that night? Was it Raw or SmackDown he came out on? Maybe SmackDown. Crowd was booing him out of the building. He's like, oh, come on. Remember that? Yeah. You can cheer for these guys you can cheer for Orton all you want to. But when Orton wins and gets the gold back around his waist, then it becomes a different kind of reaction. Then it hits you. Oh my God, we're back to Randy as champ. Oh, dude, no. Like, the idea of Randy getting there is more exciting and like, better, I guess you could say, than Randy actually getting there. Because when Randy gets there, it hits you. Holy crap, he's got the belt again. And a Randy Orton title run is not necessarily... epic. It's not like Ric Flair kind of epic. It's not even Triple H kind of epic. It's Triple H along the lines of, this guy's never going to lose this belt. You know, he's just, no matter what happens, he always has it. And it just, you know, Randy's flat. And I like Randy. I don't dislike him. I don't like some of the crap he said over the years and some of the way he's behaved, but I don't dislike him. But Randy's flat at the end of the day. He's not charismatic. He's not that guy. So he doesn't have that saving grace where you kind of go, man, I'm sick of this guy. You do that all the time with Randy. I do. I think a lot of people do. So say hello to the boy, folks. He's here. Will Goldberg be back for SummerSlam with Ziggler? With Ziggler? I mean, I guess anything's possible. Who's telling me I'm crazy? You talking about I'm crazy about my opinion on Orton? That's just me talking. But go back and watch the reaction that fans gave him after he beat Bray at Mania that year, dude. You're going to see what I'm talking about. They booed him out of the ring, for sure. I'm not saying I don't like Randy. I didn't say that. Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns was a great match on SmackDown. Yeah, it could be, Shane, but whether or not to go with it, who knows? Roman right now has nothing to do at SummerSlam, so we'll see where they go with it. You want to say something? You don't want to talk? You want to say hi? No hi? You know there's people listening that can't see you. Say something. You're just going to breathe and shake your head no, aren't you? Ooh, gross. Don't do that on my neck. Hello, Alyssa. Could see this main event, WrestleMania 34 versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Oh, that's a lot to unpack. So there's been speculation over the past few years about The Rock versus Roman Reigns. I don't know if we'll ever see that. WWE teased it on the website, but they were talking about dream matchups between legends and current stars that fans would like to see, that the company would like to see. We'll see what happens. I don't think The Rock's got any incentive to come back. I think if it were going to help someone else, The Rock would do it. I don't know if it necessarily have anything to do with payday, but if it's good business. If it's good business and makes sense and something good comes out of it, then yeah, absolutely he would do it. That's my opinion. The Rock's a busy guy. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't have any idea. Again, WWE needs him a lot more than he needs them. See what I'm saying? Huge difference. No, Jim, you're right. Doesn't seem too eager to get back to WWE for sure. Hello, George. Yes? All right. Sting versus Undertaker. Jason, yeah, you're right, man. Still talking about people still talking about the possibility of Sting versus Undertaker. I'd still be okay with it. I know they're at the advanced ages that they're at, but you know what, man? I say it's all good. Just make the match out and book it. They can get through it. I think they'll make it entertaining. Why not just make it happen? Just get it over with. Rebecca says, I'd like to see CM Punk and Steve Austin. That's fantasy. Boy, Rebecca, you're right about that. Do I think Stone Cold's coming back? No, Tim, I do not. Hello, Tristan. What's up? So, Raw Reunion, it seems like the reaction from everybody out there was pretty much positive. There was a lot of stuff going on in that show. We don't have to cover every single bit of it. You know, I did see some of the legends come back. I thought a lot of the backstage spots and segments were hokey, to say the least. I wasn't a fan of a lot of it. I'm not a fan of a lot of the ha-ha fluff nonsense that WWE likes to do, and they do it, let's see, all the freaking time, okay? So you got to take the good with the bad and everything in between. Again, I didn't dislike the show. Was I a huge fan of it? I can't say I was, but it was good. There were segments that were good, and there were segments that were poor, but that's WWE. Thank God they wrestled during the commercial breaks because they got to get off that kick. Vince McMahon shows up one day and says, I no longer like polyester. No one on the show is going to wear polyester. By God, that's it. Next thing you know, it's a polyester band at WWE. They can't talk about it. They can't wear it. They can't look at anybody that wears it. They can't have family that wears it. Cameraman can't wear it. The guys building the ring can't wear it. The guys putting up the sets can't wear it. The security can't wear it. Think I'm funny? Think I'm silly? We've seen dumber stuff out of that company, man. Just saying. If you had to choose at this moment, do you see All Out or SummerSlam being better in your opinion on TNT deal? Thank you, AJ, for the segue. You're awesome. So we're segueing to the AEW deal on TNT, October 2019. Click, 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 Tom. October 2nd, baby. October 2nd, 2019. That's right. AEW on the TNT Network, folks. I think All Out versus SummerSlam, the jury's still out. We'll see what kind of card that both companies put together, and we'll see how the matches and how the shows are executed. Production's got a lot to do with it. Matches have a lot to do with it, obviously. Talent, what kind of frame of mind are the talent's in? AEW should have killed it with every single show, and I don't think they have. I think the pre-shows have been horrendous. I think they've had some matches on the main cards that I've not been a fan of. And I think, once again, as I said, I think 2 weeks ago, whenever it was I said it, not every single match can be Flair versus Steamboat. Not every single match can be Rock versus Austin. Some matches have to be up here. Some have to be low. You have to have hills and valleys. You have to have the ebb and flow of a natural pro wrestling card. Okay, one match needs to go, the main event could go 20. The semi-main event doesn't need to go 20 or 25. Semi-main event could go 15, 16. You see what I'm saying? Current jerk can go 5. You see what I mean? It's not like you have to, every single match is a home run. Every single match is a World Series. It's not necessary. And in my mind, the way I see this, I think a lot of cats in AEW get the feeling that we have to go out there and kill it. We have to kill it. Every match has to be 10-star. Do it now. I just don't think you'd have to do that. Should you go out there and say, let's just lay down and don't work hard? I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying the true pros and the ones that know the game and know how it's played, know in the back of their mind, listen, here's how we're going to play this match. We need to go at medium tempo. Don't give them the cow. You know what I'm saying? Just give them a taste of the milk. Bring them back next week. Does that make sense? That's my opinion. That's my take on it. You can tell me yours. Tell me if you think I'm crazy. Who would rather see go heel, Seth or Roman? I don't see a need to go for Roman to go heel. Seth going heel is very predictable and would fit the character that he's doing online for sure. It'd be an interesting dynamic if Seth went heel and Becky stayed face, or vice versa, because then it'd become a problem of, look, you know I love you, but I see the way you're acting. This is not you. Why are you doing this stuff? And then it creates friction between the two. I'm just getting tired of all the, I'm tough, you're tough, let's be tough, and we're cute. They're not cute. It's uncomfortable to watch them on the air. So if you insist on putting them on the air together, create some friction there between them. That's my take on it. Toby says, how long will the honeymoon last for AEW before fans turn on them? Toby, you have a great point. Yes, Christopher, AEW live 2 hours every Wednesday night starting October 2nd. There's your answer. Toby has a great question. How long will the honeymoon last before fans turn on them? Why do fans, Toby, turn on WWE? There's your answer. AEW needs to stay away from the mistakes that WWE makes. And one of the mistakes that WWE makes is talking down to its audience. Not presenting cohesive storylines. Not following up on storyline points. Promising something one week and the next week not delivering. Changing matches 2 seconds before they're booked to happen. If AEW avoids all these things, will AEW have the most perfect show that we all love and bow down and worship? No. Because everyone has their own taste, and pro wrestling tastes like tastes in the NBA, NFL, hockey, everything else you could possibly imagine, movies, music, TV, whatever, all your tastes are subjective. What you might take away from an AEW show, I may not take away from it. What I may take away from it, you may not take away from it. And the list goes on and on and on and on, okay, folks? It's very subjective. However, I do believe if they hit on the main points and present, and I don't even want to say the word serious, present a product that flows, that has some brains behind it, that makes sense, that is logical. And again, you're applying logic to an illogical situation with the business pro wrestling. I get that. But I think they have a chance to succeed. That's my viewpoint. Thank you. Did I freeze them? Am I freezing for anyone else out there? Jim says Brock, Rollins, Kofi Orton at the championship match for SummerSlam. Hangman, Y2J, Omega, Mox, Bucks, Lucha, Cody Spears, and Real Wrestling for All Out. You tell me what show you want to watch more. Jim's in the bag for AEW. You hear me? Jim's like, don't even come to me with that SummerSlam crap. You can take that SummerSlam and you can stick it, right? Jim, it's all good, man. I'm not giving you grief. I love that response. That's awesome. When they moved the big guns to SmackDown for Fox. Jason, thank you. Another great. God, you guys are on point today, man. Like all of you. Thank you for being on point, dude. Yeah, we've been predicting for a year now since the SmackDown to Fox announcement that WWE is going to move big name talents to the blue brand. We'll see when it happens. I expected Rousey was going to be there. She's off doing stupid, dumb videos on Instagram with her husband that I won't make fun of because he could knock me out. So yeah, but we expected she would be there. Don't know if it's going to happen now. You know what I mean? I think anything can happen at any time, man. I think you're going to see not an influx of talent move from Raw to SmackDown, but I think you'll see some stars. I think it's going to happen very soon. Jamel, hello. I'm watching the G1. I'm watching G1 right now as well. I'm getting ready to watch Zack Sabre versus Battle like Fale, which is a good match, by the way. Do they move Lesnar over? Jason, I think they do. But I don't know in what capacity. I don't know how. I guess they could trade champions between the shows, then he ends up on SmackDown. Let's be honest. Like, the Universal Championship should be on SmackDown. I guess you put it on Raw because to give it a high profile and that kind of stuff, and to give the titles some depth and meaning. Hard to give it depth and meaning when the guy's never around. And that's not a slam to Brock. That's just a slam to the company for booking it that way. I think it's silly. But that's me talking. Yeah, Jeff, I heard the same thing about Ronda supposedly wanting to be with child. Where is John Morrison going, Christopher? John's good. John is so good. I just don't know where his head's at right now. John's wanted to be an actor for a very long time and wanted to move into that realm of show business. We'll see if it happens or not, man. I've not heard anything from LAX. Miss Lopez, Miss Lopez, you might know the answer to this better than I do. Are their contracts up with Impact? Because I want to say they are. This is a tag team that they could blank check anywhere they want to go. I say go to AEW. I think if you go to WWE, they're going to ruin it. And you're talking to a guy. I'm going to go this Sunday to NXT live. Me and the kid have front row seats in Concord, North Carolina. Cabarrus Arena, front row. It's a WWE show. It's NXT, but it's a WWE show. And I'm sitting here talking about they ruin everything. We're going to go to Clash of Champions in Charlotte in September. And I'm sitting here talking about they ruin everybody. They ruin everybody. I'm sorry. I can still go and have fun at the shows, but man, they ruin so many people. Adam Cole, baby, should never go to the main roster. Undisputed Era. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. It's a bad move. They'll kill you. They'll kill you dead. Okay? Gargano, dead. Ciampa, deader than dead. Come at me. Tell me I'm wrong. With the exception of Ricochet, who they done right by. Just me. Chip, I'm looking forward to it, man, for sure. Do I think Heyman is making Raw better? Jason. Once again, Jason. God, Jason is... You guys are killing it. Great questions, great points all the way around today, man. Thank you. I think Heyman is not the guy in charge. Vince is the guy in charge. And everything must flow through Vince. When Vince says, no, pal, we're not going to do it. That's not going to happen. I think the silliness between the Kanellis couple, Mike and Maria, is flat out silly. No one cares about Mike Kanellis. They used to care about Maria. Guess what? Don't care about Maria anymore either. You know how you make people care about Mike Kanellis? Give them a storyline that makes sense. The stuff where she's making him out to be less than a man. Do you care about this? If that's a Paul Heyman idea, shame on him, because I'm not a fan of it at all. I'm just one guy. But how many of you are fans of it? Be honest. I love Samoa Joe, Shannon. Don't know what's going to happen with him. Every time you feel like Joe's getting up there, they do something weird and they pull him back down or whatever. We'll see what happens. It is a dumb storyline, I agree. So how about Aleister Black? I love Aleister, Gerald, but look how long it took them to do something with him. Look how long it took them to do something with him. And it's like, he's going to face Cesaro. He's going to face it. They had heat when they first got there. Right? Ricochet and Black had heat with Cesaro and Sheamus when they first showed up. People act like they've never seen these guys have touched before. But we act like, oh my, this is such a special match. Don't misunderstand me. I love both these guys. I do. I've always been in the bag for Cesaro. For real. You know what I mean? And I love Aleister. Aleister, you know what? No one in that company looks like Aleister Black. No one works like Aleister Black. No one sounds like Aleister Black. The minute Aleister Black is on your TV, you can't stop watching him. There's a lot of cookie cutter wrestlers out there in the business today. You know what I'm talking about too. You can't tell one from the other. Once they throw super kicks and kick out of 12 finishing moves and hey, backflip off the top rope, yay. And all mad respect for the athleticism. But a lot of them you can't tell apart if you put them in a lineup. But Aleister Black, have anybody that's never watched WWE watch the show and tell them this is a guy named Ricochet. This is a guy named Randy Orton. This is a guy named Aleister Black. And then after the show's over, say, what do you remember about the show? I guarantee you, people are going to say, I remember that Aleister Black guy. He was different. That's cool. I'm sorry. Even if he's not your taste, you're not going to forget him. That's important. You know what I mean? Aleister Black should have stayed in NXT. He's going to get lost on the main roster. Christopher, I'm not going to argue with you because I don't know what's going to happen yet. We'll see. Jason, as far as HBK Wrestling SummerSlam, there's no word yet on whether or not that's going to happen. Hello, Tammy. What's going on? Thanks for hanging out. Rebecca, I tell you what, Rebecca just brought up a great point. If any of you out there today are listening or watching the show, and or both, send me a message on Wrestling Rumors Instant Messenger and say, hey, Tom, send me a friend request. Hey, and I will send you one. Because there's only 1 billion Tom Clarks on the planet, and I am but one. I'm the best one. I'm the best looking one by far. See? It's a joke. But, yeah, hit me in Wrestling Rumors Instant Messenger. I have access to the full page, and I will accept and I'll say, hey, Tom, here I am. I'll send you a request. That goes for each and every one of you, okay? That way we can be friends. Because I like friends. I like making friends. I don't have enough. I don't have enough friends. I need more, okay? You guys are awesome. Jen's here. What's up, Jen? What's going on? I don't understand why Drew McIntyre at the main heel. To me, he's kind of a joke. Working with Shane deserves better. Shannon, I'll put it to you this way. He's working with the boss's son. He's on TV every week. Ask Drew if he thinks it's a joke. I don't think he thinks it's a joke. I get your point, though, Shannon. I totally get where you're coming from. That he should be the main heel, doesn't need Shane. I agree with you. I think we're all a little sick of Shane. Not a little, a lot. We're all a lot of sick of Shane at this point, right? We'll see what happens. So, William says he's enjoying the Owens and Shane story. I'm not gonna argue with that. It's the awesome thing, but you know, Tessa Blanchard be perfect WWE. She'd be cannon fodder for Becky, Charlotte. Nathan, what's up? Nathan's been at GalaxyCon having a blast. So, Nathan, I'll hit you with this. I want to see Tess and WWE for only of the reason so I could say the words tonight. Flair versus Blanchard. Tonight, Flair teams with Blanchard. I think I would freaking love that. You know what I mean? That's just me talking. But yeah, I think you're right. She would be a better fit in AEW. And, you know, I don't think that the AEW is yet at the point where they can sign too much talent. I think WWE's the point where they, and I've said this before, for a year straight here on the program, folks, WWE collects talent. They don't necessarily build a roster. They're collecting talent so other companies can't have them. Okay? They've been collecting talent for like 2 straight years now. It's insane. Maybe longer. I don't think AEW can sign too much talent right now. I think the heavier the AEW roster is, the better it is, because they don't quite yet know where all the pieces are going to go and how everything's going to fit. That's my opinion. So I say sign her. Hello, Tammy in Tollsboro, Kentucky. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, Tyler, a lot of people hate the Shane gimmick as well. Where does Owens go after Shane? Jonathan, another great question. Thanks, guys. Because Owens was going nowhere before Shane, was he? Here's the problem. There doesn't seem to be long-term planning for anybody. There's the old line that Punk used in his interview with Colt Cabana a few years back, the one that got him in all the hot water and got him sued and stuff by WWE and Dr. Amon, where he said they don't have plans for anybody. They got plans for John, and Vince says, what's next for John, meaning Cena, but they don't have plans for anybody. I think that's WWE's problem as a whole. They don't make long-term plans for anybody. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm silly and I don't know how the game works. And anybody in the business would say, you don't know what you're talking about. Fine, whatever. I'm just a rube. I'm just a numbskull, whatever you want to call me. But it feels as though, make you feel better, it feels as though they don't have long-term plans. And they certainly have never had them for KO. That's just me talking, folks. Rebecca says Cena's overrated. A lot of people have believed that for a long time. Hello, Darren. What's up? Shane is old. He shouldn't fight anymore. I'm getting tired of him. He can't fight much to begin with, Matthew, to your point. Guy's not a full-time wrestler. Not even a part-time wrestler. He's got 2 kinds of punches. One will smash your face in. One couldn't break wind. That's how he works, and it's terrible. And, like, no one around him has the guts to tell him. Like, you would think Taker, of all people, would have said, Shane, if you try to hit me with one of those punches and you don't connect, I'm going to take your head off. Because that's old school. You know what I mean? Apparently, it's never been said because he just keeps doing what he's doing. And he gets these ridiculous MMA-type holds on that would never work on a toddler. And, like, toddler's like, get off me. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. I made myself laugh. It's great. But yeah, he's ridiculous, and I don't need to see it. I just don't need to see it. And I'm not gonna get into that whole spiel of he's taking valuable airtime from a younger wrestler. I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Let's be honest. If someone else was in that particular spot on TV, would they even be doing anything smart with him? Probably not. But Shane's getting over all the time. I'm top heel, yay! Hate me. So it's whatever. It's the family. As I've told you guys before, and you guys know this, don't get too upset about WWE. They're going to put the family first, especially on TV, and they're going to do it all the time, and that's just reality. We can hate it and all that other stuff, but that's just... Rebecca, I'm with you. I totally... I don't know if no, I hear you. I totally hear you. I respect your opinion. How about that? WWE needs writers like from the late 90s, early 2000s. Well, Gary, be careful, because now you're talking about Russo. They don't need that crap anymore. All right? That's just me talking. It's taking all the time from all the talent. Well, Jim, yeah, because his segments tend to go forever, and he's on TV all the time, and his storyline impacts a number of people. Yeah, I see that for sure. Yes, absolutely. Nepotism is WWE's thing. Family bit, yeah, for sure, JD. And there's the thing, family business. Hello, Jen. Has anyone had a problem with using their Google Chromecast to cast WWE Network since they updated the network? Maybe you're the first person I heard that's had problems with it. I've not tried it. I use it on the Amazon Fire Stick and also on the Roku. But I've not had any problems yet. But no, that might be something you have to email their contact people about. Ambrose, Rebecca, my dear, is living it up in right now New Japan Pro Wrestling as Jon Moxley, back to his former name. He's doing fantastic. He's killing it at the G1. He's the hottest star in the business right now. That's the truth. And I just wrote that column as well. He is the hottest star in the business right now. He more than made the right decision by leaving WWE. He did the right thing for his career, for his wife, for his sanity. And he's absolutely killing it. And I'm happy for the guy. And he's having a blast. He's already had a Match of the Year contender against Tomohiro Ishii, which you've not seen it. For God's sake, Rebecca and all the rest of you, go watch Moxley versus Ishii from the G1. If you can watch it, go watch it. It's freaking amazing. It's fantastic. It's candidate for Match of the Year, no doubt. Every time Moxley gets in the ring in New Japan, he's absolutely killing it. I'll be curious to see how this work translates to AEW, if it'll be more hokey and not more sports-based as New Japan's presentations always are. If you're AEW and you want to stand out from WWE, I would go more in the vein of New Japan, where it's more, not athletic, but more sports-based, which is what they said they wanted to do in the beginning, right? We'll see if they stick to that. So, yeah, it's worth your time. Go find it. It was a great match for sure. Yeah, John, and you know what, Tammy, to your point, John was always awesome, and even I didn't give the cat enough credit that he deserved. You couldn't see how good he was because WWE covered it up, man. Covered it up. It's like taking the best thing on your menu and hiding it on the back page of the menu down in the corner by the serial number on the menu. It's like it's the best thing on your menu. Why are you hiding it for? But that's WWE. And, you know, I don't get upset. I don't get mad. I don't get frustrated. I just... Maybe frustrated, I do. How about that? But I don't cry about it because here's the fact. It's the company. It's what they do. How many talents have left that company and made a name for themselves apart from Vince McMahon? Moxley's probably going to end up being the most famous, I would say, apart from Hogan maybe, I guess. But, you know, I know it's apples and oranges and stuff, but I'm talking about successful. And, you know, we kind of saw what Hogan could do in WWE. We didn't really see what Ambrose could do, but now we see, and we're like, oh my God, he should have been doing it the whole time, right? Yeah, they hit him for sure. Having Brock as champ is stupid. What's up, Gary? A lot of people are believing you in a right way. They're with you on that, man, for sure. If WWE let John do what he does best, he would still be there. Aaron, yeah, if they didn't try to stick him with stupid storylines written by a 70-something-year-old man who's still in his head 16. Yeah, for sure. Adolescent toilet humor and silly, goofy storylines out of the Marx Brothers or out of... the Keystone Cops, or whatever. I'm dating myself. These references, aren't I? Out of Dumb and Dumber. Is that better? If they hadn't tried to saddle him with all that shtick to begin with, maybe he wouldn't left either. But he was burned out. The time had come. He'd done his part. He did everything he could do. He did everything that was asked of him. He rejected the stuff he didn't want to do. He fought them when he needed to fight them. He went along when he had to go along, and he did everything possible and everything that he had to do for his career, and nothing made him happy. Now he's happy. Good on him. We should all be so lucky to be that happy. Do I think AEW can take out WWE? I think the only people that can take out WWE is WWE. I think WWE, much like Walmart, will topple one day or change, forever change, because it would be by their own hand. Now, let's rewind. It doesn't mean that I wish harm on WWE. I don't. I don't want to see WWE fold. I said this earlier in the show, and I'll stick to it. I want to see WWE thrive, and I want to see them get better. That's what I want, okay? I want to see all the pro wrestling companies thrive and succeed and exist long after I've shuffled off this mortal coil, okay? Because it's good for business. It's more places for men and women to work. Not just guys in the ring, the guys setting up the ring, the ticket takers, the cameramen, the ring crew, the truck drivers, the production people, the producers, assistants, everything in between. It's good for the business. So I don't want to see WWE ever fall. The only ones that are going to take WWE out is WWE themselves. Period. Chris says Raw Reunion was awesome. Yeah, JD, self-implosion. Sure. What's the chance CM Punk or AJ will come back to WWE? No chance. No. You set me up, baby. You set me up for that. It's my call. I call it like I see it. I don't see Punk coming back to the company that fired him on his wedding day via FedEx. Do you? And if he did, would you respect him anymore? Because I wouldn't. It's me talking. You have to have, at some point, listen, at some point you have to be a man. And sometimes being a man means making the tough call. And ladies watching, I love you. Don't leave me. This is not me being chauvinistic, okay? But ladies, you know how it is, right? You get what I'm saying, right? Sometimes a man has to be the man. And sometimes that means making a call that not everyone agrees with, that maybe no one understands. But sometimes, how's this? To make it more politically correct, a person has to be a person, an adult, and stand up for themselves and say, I'm done. Enough's enough. And I think Punk had to draw a line in the sand. And I think that's a lesson I try to teach my son. We were talking today on the way home about all kinds of stuff, and I was trying to tell him, you stand up for people that, if you ever see a friend getting bullied, you ever see someone getting talked down to, you stand up. I'm not telling you to go take a swing at anybody, but if you see someone getting pushed around or get physically hurt, then you get in that person's face, you tell them, knock it off. It's not, you're doing the wrong thing. You know what I mean? That's important. And I think Punk had to be a man, and I applaud him for that. And I would have done the same thing. So there you go. It's not easy to walk away from that kind of money, but he did it. So, how do I think Flair? I think Flair looked great. He's got some weight on him. He looks healthy. Listen, for his age, he looks great. But you guys should know I've got a tremendous love affair with Ric Flair, and I've had it for years. He and Dusty both. Dusty was my man. Rick is a very close number two. I love Rick. I love that he looks good. Do I wish he'd talked? You better believe I wish he'd talked. That'd have been awesome. You know what I mean? Don't let Hogan talk. Give the mic to the legend. Okay, come on. So that's what I wanted to see. Why did Triple H look so moody when all legends line up on stage? Jeff, did you see that too? Okay. So everyone go back and look at screenshots. If you have it on your DVR or watch on YouTube, zoom in to Shawn and Hunter as Hogan's talking. They got this look on their face like, I hate life. I hate the show. I don't want to be here anymore. I wish I could kill them all. It's funny. I'm not going to use the word heat. I think Hunter's is as professional as they come, and so is Shawn. But I will say this. I think that there's always going to be an underlying feeling there between everyone else versus Hogan. Not just because of the silly stuff he said and the nonsense he said, the racist crap that came out of his stupid mouth when it came out, and it never should have come out because people need to grow up and be smarter than that, okay? Transform your way of thinking. It's 2019, for God's sake. But I think there's always going to be underlying friction there, underlying thoughts there about the way he conducted business back in the day. Like, he was supposed to come back, have a comeback match with Shawn, and Shawn was supposed to win. He ixnayed that. Hunter was supposed to beat him. He ixnayed that. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, does it matter who wins and loses? Yes and no, right? But also, you don't go back on what you said. I mean, if a man does, or a woman, if a man or woman does honors for you, you need to do the right thing and pay it back. And he didn't want to pay it back because he's Hulk Hogan. And by God, I'll do that kind of stuff. And Bischoff defends him. He'll defend him till he's dead because that's his boy, and I get it. If Hogan was my boy, maybe I'd defend him too. But folks, some stuff you can't defend. And I think that's, In my humble opinion, I think that's the problem. Now, again, folks, everyone in the business, you don't know. You're not there. You're not behind the curtain, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all good. You're totally right. I'm not behind the curtain, but I'm going to tell you what I see and how I see it, and that's just my opinion. Take it or leave it, guys. The same. Dave says Sean Triple H are extremely unprofessional. Clearly, hated spotlight wasn't on them anymore. The stage clap for Hogan, except... Dave, I disagree with you, man. I totally see where you're coming from. I get it, but you know, I disagree with you. We can talk about the same thing and disagree. I don't agree with that. I think Hogan is always going to have that spotlight on him. Now, Dave, to your point, Shawn's probably always going to have it too, and Hunter by proxy, because the way Shawn used to be back in the day. But I'm not going to say a difference, but I think one of the things that separates Shawn and Hogan is Shawn has come out and said, I did a lot of dumb stuff back in the day, so a lot of things to hurt people. I've done this, done that, stuff I shouldn't have done, stuff. How much stuff has Hogan actually admitted to that you see what I'm saying? Dave, not going to argue with you, brother. I totally get why you're saying that. Dave, I don't hate Hogan. I don't like the guy too much, but I don't hate anybody. Relax, Dave. I'm trying to be cool with you, man. I don't hate Hogan. People get too bent out of shape. Don't let your emotions get attached to this. I don't hate Hogan. You got to remember, Dave, I don't know if you did or not. If you didn't, my apologies. I didn't grow up a WWE kid. I just didn't. I didn't grow up loving the WWE guys. It wasn't my deal. I grew up an NWA kid. I didn't see what all the fuss was about with WWE. I didn't get it. I saw real pro wrestling every week, every Saturday, 6:05. When I turned over to WWE, you know what I didn't see? Real pro wrestling. Now, I would see some of the guys jump back and forth. But when Dusty and Rick talked about the paper champion up north, they absolutely were right. Hogan was a paper champion up north. Dave, you know what? Go with God. I'm not going to argue with you. Whatever, man. But when they talk about the paper champion up north, I absolutely agreed with that. Now, on the flip side of that argument is the fact that Hogan did a lot for that company. Hogan put WWE on the map. They helped them cross over into mainstream pop culture. WWE probably wouldn't be around today. How about this? Here's something for someone that supposedly hates somebody. I don't know if WWE would be around today were it not for Hulk Hogan's efforts in the 1980s. There you go. I think it would be something much different today. That's just me talking. You can agree with that or disagree with that. Whatever you want to do is fine. Are you going to talk this time?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What are you going to say? You going to say hi to everybody?
Ow.
They talked about you before you even showed up.
What?
They said they call you the boy because I call you the boy all the time. Yeah. So, you got anything to add? Where are we going to go Sunday?
Oh, we got front row seats.
Where?
NXT.
NXT.
Ha!
Ha! Ha! Yeah, it's going to be fun. Can't wait. We're going to have to wear the... But you're defending Shawn, Triple H. Both these guys refuse to put talent over Shawn. Dave, I'm not going to argue with you. Dave's calling me a hypocrite. Dave, if you don't like what I'm saying, you don't have to watch.
Yeah.
All you got to do is just quit watching, Dave. If you're going to start name calling, I got nothing to say to you. I'm not name calling with you. So if that's how you're going to be, don't watch my show. Sound good? If you can't be a man and be an adult and talk to me and not name call, I got nothing to say to you. It's all good. You can go ahead and get upset because I'm not upset with you. I'm not mad at anybody. Do what you got to do. I don't care. Let's see. The storyline should have been better between Shawn and Dolph. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah, this is my kid. Come here. Some people don't know you. This is the boy in all his glory. Great pose, by the way. Any news on Emma? I don't have anything on Emma. So supposedly her contract with Ring of Honor was up and she was going to split. And that's the last I heard of it. I don't know what's happened since then, man. Good question, though. People are saying hello. So there you go. Mind the ding. If you heard the ding in the recording just now, my apologies. People are saying nice to meet you. There you go. What's your opinion of NWA leaving ROH? Is that all right? So maybe I'm behind a day or so here. Is that happening right now? Are they not going to work together anymore? Is that true? Because man, if that's true, I've missed a headline somewhere. That's a shame if that's true, man. That's crazy. Look, they're all talking about you.
I knew that. It's
been beneficial for the NWA. We went to the NWA Crockett Cup and got to see Marty Scurll versus Nick Aldis in the main event. It's a really good match. It's on my list of candidates for match of the year. It's the truth. I thought it was really good. We enjoyed it. That crowd was really into it too. It's a good show all the way around.
Somebody said that I was something about AEW.
Yeah.
Scouted.
Oh, yeah, I miss it. Oh! Noah, what's up? Hogan was my guy until my fam moved to Virginia Beach. I saw NWA. Hulk was what Cena was to my kids, but seeing Rick, Dusty, Madam Sting, Midnight R&R, so on, this was so much better than WWE.
Hey, watch your language,
WWF,
person.
WWE. Ooh, Mike, relax here, man. Take it easy.
I am a kid.
People are getting all bent out of shape here. Yes, he's a kid. Relax here. Wow, Robbie, I did not know that. That's insane.
What?
So, all right. So, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Robbie and Jim, for the headline there. That's crazy. So, yeah. So, help me out here. NWA.
Yeah.
NWA, the head of the NWA. Billy Corgan. There it is.
Yeah.
So, Billy Corgan's been talking for years
James
about...
Drake.
no, not James Drake. Billy Corgan. Billy Corgan's been talking for years about getting NWA on a TV deal. But how close is he to making it happen? They don't even do a weekly TV show, folks. I don't get that at all.
What the heck?
I don't get it. Like, why not just make it happen? I mean, of course, I say that, but I know it's Arnold. I say that, but I don't know if they can make it happen or not. Because
the chopper.
Get to the chopper. Yeah. It's good. It's good stuff. So, I heard an interview with Billy Corgan not too long ago where he was talking about AEW, and he respectfully said, "I don't think it's a business model that can stand the test of time because they're throwing so much money out initially. He doesn't know if it's going to be able to weather the storm, whether or not that money is going to keep coming back to them the way they need it to." Corgan's a millionaire, I'm sure, but he could have from day one thrown his entire wealth at NWA, and maybe they would have created a buzz for the first 2 years, maybe 3. But eventually, you got to get a return on your investment. Now, for better or worse, Corgan's not been with the mindset, let's just throw money at it. So, I don't know. How many Funkos do I have? Michelle's asking. 117.
Too many.
No such thing. I've bought 3 today, and I got 1 the other day. So, I've got 4 more, so I have 117. A lot of money invested. And the other day, I got more shelves made. Yay! So, I can cover my walls with shelves because I'm all about the Funkos. It didn't go right. But yeah, I'm all about the pops, man. I love those things. I'm addicted to them. Can't help it. Jim says Jim, legitimate question. They even have a roster. They do, but it's talent that they're using from other companies. I mean, if you see an NBA show, you're seeing guys that work for independents on the independent scene. So you'll see them somewhere else doing other things. So to answer your question, do they have a legitimate, solid NBA roster that only works for them? No, I don't think they do. Right? So, but having said all that, I want to see the NBA succeed, man. Just imagine if NBA could get a TV deal on some level, even if it's just a live streaming show every week that you could depend on. Say every Thursday night, you can't miss it. NWA 8 to 10. I'm just throwing it out there. Just imagine that, and it was a legitimate presentation, good production work, good cohesive storylines, and then you had another program to watch. To me, that's good stuff. I love that. I'm all about that, man. Yeah, Eli Drake, James Storm, some tag teams that maybe you've not heard of, that kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah, they've got some good talent, but it's not full-time to the NWA. So Michael says, you know who would be cool to come back to wrestling? David Flair, even though no one talks about him wrestling, he can run the ropes just like his dad. So I don't know if David ever has in his head to even come back. David has a quote-unquote real life now. Good for him. With a family and all that, I'm sure. Could he be used in some capacity if he ever wanted to come back? Sure. I don't know if he would ever get in the ring again. I feel like that ship has sailed, but I could be wrong. Interesting question, though. What's my favorite wrestling biography? It had to be the Man, Ric Flair biography. He wrote it with a ghostwriter that wasn't all Rick, I don't think, writing it. I think it was Rick's notes and someone else did the actual writing or whatever. To Be the Man's excellent. I really enjoyed it. I read the whole thing, I think, twice. It's a really good book. That's just me. But yeah, Having on Fight. Jim, I agree with you 100%. I was going to watch the latest Dragon Gate show because I heard great things about it. And you had to sign up for their streaming service. I'm like, why don't you just put it on the Fight app? I've already got the Fight app. I'll pay $10 or more if I have to, but I don't want another streaming. I can't do another streaming service, folks. I've got too many. I'm maxed out. All right. Orlando says it was shocking to see Demon and not Bubba Ray on the Raw. Devon, I read Demon. Well, Bubba Ray's on a contract to Ring of Honor, and I'm guessing that either he didn't approach them about coming over, or Ring of Honor didn't let him go, or maybe WWE didn't approach him. I don't know how it went down. But yeah, it was a little shocking to see him not there. But Devon's not really being used anywhere, and Bubba is. So maybe that was the difference. But it's funny because they'll mention Ring of Honor, and they acknowledge Ring of Honor's existence, especially where the top guys came from, like Seth and stuff, and KO. But they didn't want, I don't know if they didn't want Bubba there, but it kind of seems that way, doesn't it? Dave Flair versus Cody Rhodes. Interesting, Chip. I don't know. Matthew, as we said before, I think WWE needs The Rock more than he needs them. So, yes, no, I don't think so. What do I think of how Tessa Blanchard's being used on Impact? Jeff, this is one of those touchy subjects for me that maybe not everyone shares my opinion. I'm not much for men wrestling women. I have a problem with, and listen, I'm old-fashioned. I guess I'm old-fashioned. I'm not saying women can't defend themselves. I'm not saying they can't be as good as men in the ring. I just have a problem with a big dude slamming around a woman. It's not how I was raised. It's not what I want him watching. You're having a blast just making faces, aren't you? Okay. It's not what I want him seeing. I don't want him seeing a woman physically thrown around. Two women fighting is one thing, but a man throwing a woman around, I believe in my heart of hearts, sends the wrong message. That's me talking. I'm not saying the women aren't being protected in the ring. I'm not saying the men's actually trying to hurt her. Please don't misunderstand anything I'm saying. I know how the game's played. Please get that. But I don't mean to, I guess old fashioned is the word. I don't care for it. I think Tessa could be amazing with any woman on the planet. And I don't think she needs to wrestle Sami Callihan. That's me.
No.
That's just me. Miss Lopez, I got to check out Bret Hart's autobiography. I do want to check it out. Yeah, Jim, I think there's a time and place for it, but I don't think it's all the time, every match, every show, for sure.
Maybe I don't want to see
Yes, Shane, I love Tully back in wrestling as Sean Spears' advisor. What is it they're calling him? They're calling him his quit. My God, what are you doing? Jesus. I wrote that story too. He has an official title, I suppose. It's cool. I mean, if anyone disagrees with me, that'd be perfectly fine too, but yeah. Oh, yeah, I haven't checked out Daniel Bryan's book either. I'd like to check that out as well.
I popped my foot.
Well, be careful. All right, folks, we have gone past an hour. We're still... what's our audience up to? Is that 61?
62.
62. Hey. So we've been past an hour here. I think it's about time to take it home. I'm going to send out a quick reminder right now that I will not be here next week. We are going on vacation, and we're probably going to be heading out of state more than likely. So we'll miss you guys next week. I hope you miss us too. We'll be back the week after.
I thought we were only staying 3 nights.
Oh my God, this boy. Son, we're going to be on vacation. Vacation means take a break.
Oh.
So anyway, remember, folks, if we're not friends on the Facebook, send me a request via Wrestling Rumors Instant Messenger, and say, hey, Tom, here I am, look me up. I'll be more than willing to look you up, and we'll go from there. Thank you very much for hanging out. If anybody's... Chip mentioned... Okay, Chip wants to talk about the Uso thing. So, real quick, Jimmy Uso was arrested, DUI. Like 3 or 4 days after they made fun of his last DUI or last traffic stop involving alcohol.
DUI talk.
Because there was a frowny face. They wanted me to talk about it, so I'm talking about it. 3 or 4 days after they made fun of the mugshot on Raw. Classy move, WWE. Okay. Talk about something coming back to bite you square in the carcass. That's what happened. And first of all, DUI is nothing to joke about. DUI is a very real thing, and it's one thing if you put yourself in danger with your stupid behavior, but when you put other people in danger, innocent people that didn't do anything wrong, you deserve every thing the law can throw at you, and that includes Jimmy Uso, and he should be ashamed of himself, and he ought to be. Don't know if he is, because he kind of keeps getting in the same kind of trouble. I'm not going to pass judgment on him. It's his life, not mine. I will say this, as I would say for anyone that needs help, hope you get help. Hope you get help before you kill somebody. If you kill yourself, that's one thing. If you kill somebody else or hurt someone else, then you have definitely crossed the line. So get help, because I don't know how much this WWE is going to put up with. Jeff Hardy had one recently. Come on, guys. You know what I mean? At some point, you got to grow up. And I've worked around people and been around people many times over the years who, in their 20s are boozing it up and drinking every weekend and getting hammered and coming to work, just wasted and stuff and hangover and all this other stuff. But then I'll see them in their 30s doing it, in their 40s doing it. I'm like, you know what? Stop. You know what I mean? It's one thing to have like wild oats as a kid and you're like getting all the stuff out of your system. When you hit 30, you know, it's your life. I don't care what you do. It's not my life. I don't have to answer for you of your actions, right? But in my opinion, grow up. It's time to grow up. That's just me talking. Do what you want to do. But I would think that, you know, it's time to grow up.
What's my favorite video game? Fortnite.
Did you answer? Thanks for answering that question for me. Yeah, there you go. We play NBA 2K19 together, and we also play
Sometimes Madden.
Sometimes Madden. We're probably gonna get the new Madden when it comes out.
I'm gonna get the new NBA with my birthday money.
Matt says, read my comment. Agree or disagree? Matt's being very forceful with me. Matt, you're very firm, my friend. What comment did you have? Because I don't see your comment. Hit me with it again. We'll let Matt have a comment, then we'll get one more. Thank you, Jim. You're right. Get an Uber. It's that simple. We're going to answer Matt's comment, then we're going to take one more light-hearted comment, okay? Not as forceful, and then we're going to take the show home. So, Matt, whatever you had to say, my friend, hit me with it.
Disagree.
As far as I know, Marty Scurll is, yes, still with Ring of Honor. He worked the past weekend. Villain Enterprises, I'm going to tell you right now, if I was Ring of Honor, I'd be throwing all the money at Marty Scurll. He's the hottest, one of the hottest attractions. Villain Enterprise is the hottest faction they have, bar none. And one of the hottest factions in the pro wrestling business right now, in my opinion. That's how I feel. Villain Enterprises is cooking. Matt, I'm not scrolling up. Hit me with the question, brother. If you want to ask me that bad, hit me with the question. I'm not going to scroll up. I got a lot of people talking to me here, man. Come on.
I say disagree.
Matt, see, he's not even going to give you a chance, Matt. I will.
Disagree.
Matt, just ask me the question again. I'll answer it. Come on. Going once, going twice. Was he talking about Jeff Hardy? Thanks, Chip. Thank you, Chip, for answering the question. As far as Jeff Hardy, listen, I love Jeff Hardy. I always have, probably always will. Why does he get so many chances? Because he's Jeff Hardy. I think, in my heart of hearts, Vince has a soft spot for Jeff Hardy, and he always has. Does that mean Jeff should get more chances than everyone else on the roster? Absolutely not. Whatever the criteria is, depending on circumstances and whatnot, as I believe for every talent involved, if enough's enough, enough should be enough. I don't know what enough is. You know what I'm saying? I think that changes based upon the talents. Stone Cold being the spokesperson for Raw. Spokesperson for Raw? I don't know, Matt. I don't know if you're talking about him coming back or his speech. His speech was great on Raw. I loved it. Whether or not he would come back and work for WWE, I don't think it's going to happen. Darren's asking about Sasha Banks. Darren, my friend, your guess is as good as mine. All I know is I'm getting tired of these Instagram posts where she's saying a whole bunch of nothing. She shows herself posing with title belts and posing in the ring, and then she's got no statement about coming back. Are you having fun? Entertaining yourself. Darren, I don't know, man. It's a mystery to me. I don't know. I'm at the point of not caring much about it. Because, I guess she can't talk about it, or she's not going to talk about it. I don't know, man. It's a crazy situation. Oh, I see. He said that it was strange using Stone Cold when The Rock was the spokesperson of that era. You think The Rock... Thank you, Andy. You think The Rock was the spokesperson for the Attitude Era? Did you watch the Attitude Era? The Attitude Era was a lot more than just The Rock, man. I mean, without Stone Cold, there wouldn't have been a Rock. Okay? Not the Rock that you know. I mean, every good heel needs a great baby face. Every great baby face needs a great heel. That's how the game's played. The spokesman for the Attitude Era. Listen, you can have your own opinion on this. It's perfectly fine. But come on, dude. The spokesperson? Austin was the Attitude Era. The reunion show had Stone Cold go kayfabe. The Rock was the spokesman for the Attitude Era was my question. Why wouldn't they have him there? Matt, I get it. Here's my deal, Matt. I don't know that they didn't have him there. We don't know what happened. I can tell you what I think, but it's not the answer you're looking for because it's not going to be the answer, okay? Maybe they didn't have him there because they couldn't get their schedules to coincide. This is a lot more than just, Rock, it's Vince. We need you to come here tomorrow. Rock could be like, I'm shooting a film. I can't leave. I'm in, Africa or something. What do you mean be there tomorrow? That's not how this works, folks. Itineraries need to be cleared. Schedules need to coincide. Maybe one side contacted the other, but one of the other side or both sides says, it's not going to work out. Maybe there wasn't a phone call made. Maybe no one reached out. I don't know. But I think you're looking at this, no disrespect, I think you're looking at this maybe a little bit too simplistically. That's just my opinion. You can take that or leave it. I think it's a lot more involved than just make a phone call. How come he's not here? It's their fault. I don't think it's anyone's fault. I think it's just a matter of they just couldn't get things going. Now, if I'm wrong, so be it. Maybe someone didn't want someone there, but I'd be shocked if that were the case. It just doesn't feel like there was any bad blood there at all. Let's see. Miss Lopez, I'll do you one better. I think without the explosion of Stone Cold Steve Austin 316, the Attitude Era would have fallen flat. I don't think it would have worked. Not the way it worked in the end. Not the way it went. Now, I know Austin missed a lot of time, but you got to admit that initial spark, bam, was Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's like the Big Bang. Without him, what happens after that? If that had never happened, what happens after that? What would have happened had he never come along? Can you imagine a world, an Attitude Era without Stone Cold Steve Austin? It just would not have been the same. It wouldn't have been, no spark. You know what I mean? No spark. All right, folks, hit me with one more that's a good one, and you are going to be the last question, and we're going to take it home.
You better be having a code comment. If you don't, you're getting kicked off the show.
ProWrestlingTees.com. ProWrestlingTees.com. There's your answer to that one, Don. One more. We got to get out of here. We're pushing an hour and a half right now.
It's an hour and 20 minutes already?
What's an hour and a half?
Hour and 30 minutes.
Thank you. It's getting close.
Darn it, he just said it.
These are comments. I want a question.
No, I know that, but you said ProWrestlingTees.com.
Yeah.
But he just said again.
Okay.
Where can I find the darn church? Bullcrap.
Shane, thank you. Is that where The Rock is? He's in Hawaii protesting the telescope? Is that where he is? Good for him. There's some merit to that protest, folks. People tend to forget about the natives. White people. Remember us? We forgot all about the natives when we came over here, didn't we? Okay? That's what happens. Because we're ignorant morons. We just want to build a strip mall or tear up the land. Shove people off to a little corner and call it their reservation. We've done it for years. So yeah, good on them for protesting. Absolutely. People were born to protest. I'm serious. I mean, you got to stand... What the world are you doing right now? Stop. People got to stand up for themselves and their culture. I applaud that, man, for sure.
My head hurts.
All right. I think that's it. I think we're going to take it home, man.
You better put a comment.
Well, I think we've done what we're going to do. I keep hanging on. It's all good. Listen, we had some fantastic comments today. Some great questions. Some great debate. I loved every freaking second of it. I appreciate everybody that hung out today. Remember, if you're not catching the show live every Friday on 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here in Wrestling Rumors, you, my friend, someone just asked me, is Triple H going to grow his hair out? Sure. I don't care.
People are saying that.
There you go. I don't know. But okay, sure.
People are saying that.
If only we could all grow our hair back out like it used to be. What now?
People are saying that I look bald.
Not you.
Yeah.
Not you.
Yeah.
Triple H.
She's
talking about Triple H.
No.
Oh my God.
They're talking about me.
We're leaving now because I can't stomach this anymore. He's losing his mind. All right, that's all we got for you, man. Thanks for hanging out. We're taking a week off next week. Come back in 2 weeks, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here in Wrestling Rumors. Remember, if you're not watching this show live, you're missing out. Listen to what the boy said.
You better watch it.
That's all I got for you. Keep reading my stuff. It's greatly appreciated. Please send me a friend request or a message on Wrestling Rumors Instant Messenger. I will more than be happy to send a friend request. My God, you just keep yammering on, don't you? That's all I got, man. That's all I got. Thanks, Jim. Everyone have a great week. Have a great weekend. Watch you some wrestling. That's what I'm going to do pretty much every day in my life, baby. So go do what you do. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you next time on Tom Clark's Main Event.